You have to go from sine squared x to tan squared x.
So integrate
No.
tan squared x.
What do you have to divide sine squared x by to get tan squared x?
Cos squared x.
Okay, divide everything by cos squared x. What do you get?
Tan squared x plus 1 equals cosec x. Cosec squared x.
What's the third letter in cos?
S. So sec.
Yep. Tan squared x plus 1 is equal to sec squared x. Make tan squared x the subject.
Tan squared x equals sec squared x minus 1.
Booyah. Right, this stuff.
So do we have to rewrite tan squared x?
Yep. What is tan squared x the same as? What did your good tutor just make you do?
Sec squared x minus 1.
Okay. So the integral of tan squared x must be the same as the integral of sec squared x minus 1 because they're both equal to each other. Go on. Find sec squared x.
Tan x plus c.
There you go. Integral of minus 1 with respect to x.
So it gets cancelled out.
I'll cancel you out in a minute. That's derivative you're thinking of. Derivative.
Oh, yeah. So minus 1x.
Yep. And we remember our plus c. Tan x minus x plus c. Tan x minus x plus c. And so if you don't have the trig function in your list of functions that can be integrated, change it into something that is in the list. Right, exam time.
Damn. Okay, so first do we rewrite the tan squared 2x as sec squared 2x plus c?
No, we write it as sec squared 2x minus 1.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. next?
I'm not sure. Oh wait, no, the tan x plus c.
Right. This is sec squared 2x.
So tan 2x plus c.
Yeah. This is an area type, so c will be 0. What's next?
Minus 1x.
There you go.
Oh.
Why are you so reluctant on that?
Don't know.
Alright.
Okay, yeah, so now we would sub in pi over 6 for x and then minus the sub in of pi over 2.
Yep. So,
And
2 pi over 6 minus pi over 6. Minus pi over 2. And you could do it, you could work them each one out separately, but I think at that stage you could just say you're going to get root 3 over 3 minus pi over 12. Let's see. Maybe... I don't know. I don't know how much is necessary. But you could put each of the 4 into your calculator. Well, each of the 2. The tan 2 pi over 6 and the tan 2 pi over 2. And then, yeah. Right. Any questions with that?
no.
Why are you so slow with this? Have you been celebrating or something?
Oh,
That's easy for a baby. A newborn baby can do this. Sec squared 2x, sec squared. A newborn's baby's first words will be goo goo gaga. The integral of tan squared 2x is the same as sec squared 2x minus 1. Jesus, man, right, this one.
so first we write the sec x as is it number 9?
Expand the brackets.
Sec squared x sec squared x tan squared x and sec x tan x.
Yeah, just... Are you back in school?
Yeah.
Good. It didn't come soon enough. Right. 2 brackets. expand so I'm no longer in pain. In pain.
Sec squared x plus tan squared x plus 2 sec x tan x.
There you go. Just like any other bracket. Right. Integrate time.
Sec squared x is tan x plus okay, that bit is number 9, but I can't see the rest of like the end of number 9's equation. Thank you. So tan x plus sec x, no, plus 2 sec x, and then just plus tan squared x. I don't know.
I'll tan squared x you in a minute. What is tan squared x the same as?
Oh, sec squared x minus 1.
Yay. I don't have to get my snake emoji. Sec squared x minus 1. Okay. Integrate it.
Tan x minus 1.
Yep. Fully simplify.
Um, 2 sec x minus 1.
Tan x plus tan x.
Oh, 2 tan x or tan 2x?
I will 2 tan x you in a minute. 2 tan x plus 2 sec x minus 1. That's it. Grand. If you can't integrate it as it's written, change it into something that you can integrate and then integrate it. That's the big picture. Right. Sine 2a is identical to 2 sine a cos a. What is sine a cos a identical to? Or make it the subject if you like.
Wait, make what the subject?
Sine a cos a. Basically get rid of the 2 on the right side.
Divide both sides by 2.
Yep. So what's on the left side?
A.
I might actually die.
Oh my god.
How did you get A?
Wait.
Times both sides by a half, shall we say?
So. But the 2 times a half is still 1.
Yep, so it becomes 1 sine a cos a on the right. So what's on the left?
Just A.
Where did the sine go?
Oh. Do we just keep it? Sine A?
You sure do.
Oh, is this like a double angle formula thing?
It is. Right. It is a half times sine 2a. I'd understand if you said like sine A, but just A? Okay. 2a, it's like square root. It's inside sine. It's, you know, it has a function, stuff being done to it, and so you can't just multiply it. Like sine 2a times a half isn't sine A, it's just sine 2a times a half. So a half sine 2a. Can't make it any simpler. Okay, how about this? And just so you don't snake me, I'm writing this up here. A cos A is equal to half sine 2a. I'm sure there was a good reason for that. Right, how do we do this?
What, question A?
Yep.
Please, could you move it over a little bit to the right?
I'll move you over in a minute, chicken. Right. So,
okay, so sine 3x will become minus 3 cos x.
say it again.
And then minus 3 cos... minus cos 3x.
No. Okay. Sine 3x is a function. Cos 3x is a function. If you had like a plus or minus in between these, then you could do them separately. They don't, and so you'd have to treat it like product rule or something. If you were differentiating, you'd have to use product rule. Integrating, you could use the product rule of integration, which is kind of by integration by parts, if memory serves. However, what is sine 3x cos 3x the same as? What did your good tutor make you do before this question? Yep.
Sine 3x.
A half sine 2 times 3x. Like a is like 3x. So sine a cos a is the same as a half sine 2a. So sine 3x cos 3x must be the same as a half sine 2 times 3x. Simplify.
Sine 3x.
You can't do that. The simplest it can get would be 6x.
Oh.
And if it helps, we can put the half on the outside. It'll be the same thing. You'll just be multiplying your answer by a half.
But doesn't that give you 3x?
Can't do that. That's like saying a half times the square root of 10 is the square root of 5. It's not.
Okay.
It's because it's inside the function. Right. You're breaking bin, miss. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Minus 6 minus cos 6x.
Mm-hmm. And what else?
Let's see.
And what else?
Oh, times a half.
Yeah. And so fully simplify.
Do you do a half times the minus 6?
It is just minus a half cos 6x plus c. So 6x is inside the function, can't multiply it by a half, just a half is the coefficient, it's the bit on the outside. So sine a cos a is a half sine 2a, and so sine 3x cos 3x is a half sine 2 3x, which is a half sine 6x. And then you go from there. Why is this here? All right.
So okay, so firstly, for the first bracket, we'll get sine 3x cos 2x plus cos 3x sine 2x, and the second bracket will be the same, but it will just do the minus in the middle instead. And so so would we want to like I don't know.
What is 3x plus 2x?
5x.
So that first one is the same as sine 5x. What is 3x minus 2x? Three x minus 2x?
Just x.
Yep. And so we want to do sine 5x plus sine 1x?
Sine 6x.
Doesn't work that way.
Oh.
So this crazy thing is sine 5x. This crazy thing is sine 1x. If you wanted to do sine 5x plus sine 1x, and these two are the same as sine 5x and sine 1x.
Wait, I'm confused.
The top one is sine 5x. It's the same as sine 5x.
So divide by 5x, but also both sides.
You're very confused. Okay, so this top one is, you expanded sine 3x plus 2x to get that, yeah? Sine 3x plus 2x is 5x, and so sine 3x plus 2x is the same as sine 5x, and so it must be the same as this thing here in the middle. This thing in the middle must be the same as sine 5x, because it is the same as sine 3x plus 2x.
Right. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I understand now.
Okay.
But we want to simplify so that we get the 2 sine 3x cos 2x on the other side.
Don't worry about that. There's no other side. It's an identity. You're just trying to make it identical to something else. How can you do sine 5x plus sine 1x without using all this malarkey? You know how you would do sine 5x plus sine 1x? You know how that's what we want to do?
Yeah.
And you know how this is the same as sine 5x? And this is the same as sine 1x?
Yeah.
So what would you do?
Do we have a value to sub in?
You would add them, Keelan. Sine 5x plus sine x. This is the same as sine 5x. This is the same as sine 1x. And so adding sine 5x and sine 1x will be the same as adding these two together.
So we get, oh yeah, so 2 sine 3x cos 2x, and the other bit cancels out.
X cos 2x, and they cancel out. Yeah. Yeah, that identity thing, it's like, you know, expanding brackets. It's not an equation to be solved. They're just identical. That's it. That's all there is to it. Sine 5x can be written as sine something plus something. Sine 1x can be written as sine something minus something. And it's quite a common thing that they do. Any questions about that?
No.
Right. Okay. Redemption lies ahead.
So sine 6x cos x plus or minus cos 6x sine x.
Yeah, okay. What's next? So that was the same as sine 6x cos x cos 6x sine x. Wait, am I missing a plus in there? Yep, there should be a plus there. Plus sine 6x cos x minus yep.
So the sine 6x plus x is the same as sine 7x, and the other one is like. So we would do add them both. So we get 2 sine 6x cos x, and the other bit cancels out.
That's it. 2 sine 6x cos x. Yep. So sine 7x plus sine 5x is the same as sine 6x plus x plus sine 6x minus x, which is the same as this plus this. And so, yeah, that's where it comes from. Sine 7x, you change it into 6x plus 1x. 5x, you change into 6x minus 1x. Let's see, grand. Right. How about this one?
So that's like integrating sine 5x plus sine x.
Yeah.
So we'll get minus cos 5x minus cos x.
Minus cos 5x minus cos x. Don't forget to divide by the derivative of the function inside the function. Derivative of 5x.
5.
And so the first one, you have to divide it by 5. Because chain rule for differentiation, you'd have to times it by 5. Integration, you divide it by 5. And I tend to write it as minus a fifth instead of divided by 5. Minus a fifth cos 5x minus cos x plus c. Yep. Any questions about that?
No.
Let me make a note to myself. Integral of 5x. Okay. Alright. How about this?
So the integrate sine 7x plus sine 5x will be minus cos 7x minus cos 5x. Yeah.
5x. So that was the integral of sine 7x plus sine 5x. Previous question, what did we say was the integral of sine 5x? Just the sine bit?
Minus cos 5x.
You said that. I told you were wrong. And
oh, we need to do the function side of the function. So for just 5.
What is the integral of sine 5x?
Minus cos 5x.
Does this say minus cos 5x?
Over 5.
Over 5. Yes, divide by...
Over the
So here you had to integrate. The second one was sine 5x. You wrote minus cos 5x, but what's missing?
over 5.
And first one?
Over 7.
There you go. Don't forget plus c. Let's see. What am I looking at here? Oh, we had to times it all by 3. And so minus 3/7 cos 7x minus 3/5 cos 5x plus c. So that was because there was a 3, was it? Sine 6. No, they cheeked us. What do you have to do to turn a 2 into a 3? What do you have to multiply by?
3 over 2.
Yeah, and so it's like 3 over 2 times 1 over 7. What is that?
Fourteen over 3.
3 over 14.
Oh, sorry.
And so what would be the coefficient for the other one? So I thought that they'd be exactly the same. They weren't exactly the same. That was a 2, that was a 3.
Times by 3 over 2 as well.
Yep. What do you get?
So 3 over 2 by 5.
By 1 over 5.
Oh gosh, sorry. 3 over 10.
Hope so. Let's see. Minus 3 over 14. Minus 3 over 10. Yeah, there we go. Cos 7x. So that wasn't straightforward. We did alright. What is this here? dy dx is 7. What is y?
Seven x.
Next one.
Huh?
Middle.
One over 7.
Dy dx is 5. What is y?
5x.
And f dash of x is a half. What is the f of x?
A half x.
Yeah, and did all of plus c. Okay. Right, how about this one?
What do you mean?
Sub x for a, x for b.
Cos x, cos b, cos x, minus sin x, So,
Cos x minus sin x sin x. So that's the same as cos squared x minus sin squared x. What is cos x plus x the same as? Sorry, what is x plus x the same as?
cos 2x?
Well done.
No.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And so cos 2x is the same as yes. What is cos squared x the same as? In terms of sin squared x. So you know how sin squared x plus cos squared x equals 1?
Yeah.
Make cos squared x the subject. What do you get?
One minus.
1 minus sine squared x. Yeah, so that's 1 minus sine squared x. And so instead of cos squared x, you can write 1 minus sine squared x. 1 minus sine squared x minus sine squared x is the same as 1 minus 2 sine squared x, which is the same as cos 2x, which we saw. Make sine squared x the subject.
Cos squared x.
Cos 2x is identical to 1 minus 2 sine squared x. Make this the subject.
Divide, no.
Well, let's see. If we bring it over to the left side and bring that over to the right side, we get 2 sine squared x is identical to 1 minus cos 2x. And so what is sine squared x the same as? What do we have to do to 2 sine squared x to turn it into 1 sine squared x?
Divide the both sides by 2.
Yep. And so 1 divided by 2 is a half. And then the other one I'll just write as a half cos 2x. Sine squared x is the same as a half minus a half cos 2x. Because cos a plus b, cos 2x is the same as cos x plus x. Sub them in, rearrange, and you get, hang on. I think rearrange at that point. Yeah, sine squared x is identical to cos squared x minus cos 2x. Yeah. Maybe that'd be easier. Okay. Sine squared x, a half minus a half cos 2x. Minus a half cos 2x. Right? How do we do this?
So a half minus a half cos 2x.
Go on.
Do we have to integrate that further?
You haven't integrated it even once. you just wrote it in a form that's easier to integrate.
Okay. Okay, yeah. So, if you integrate a half, you get a half x minus. Wait, is it minus? Minus cos goes to minus sine, so minus a half sine 2x.
Something's missing.
Over 2.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say like times a half.
Okay.
Nexty.
Sub in pi over 8 and then minus the sub in of pi over 12.
Yeah. And I would simplify a half times a half to be a quarter.
Yeah.
Pi over 8 minus a quarter sine 2 times pi over 8. So that whole thing minus that. And if we're correct, what answer should we get? If we're correct, what answer should we get?
It should be pi over 48 plus 1 minus root 2 all over 8.
That's it. So you can put each of these into your calculator separately. And then after that, you could write pi over 48 plus, because when you add the pi to the pi, you should get pi over 48. When you add the root to the root, you should get that. I just need to, I'll just double check. Some papers for this step. Is that necessary? Just to be sure. Okay. Look at that. The integral of a half is a half x. Another way to rewrite sine squared x is a half minus a half cos 2x. Other than that, you never know what you're doing, right? How about this?
So sine squared x will become minus cos squared x.
How did you do this?
A half minus a half cos 2x.
The reason why you do that is because you don't know how to integrate cos squared x or sine squared x. Let's see. And then you just go from there. You would integrate it, you would sub in one, sub in the other, minus, etc. That's what that's all about. Is it worth doing, or you think you get it?
Probably worth doing it.
You cheater, man. Right, go on.
So a half x and then minus a half sine 2x times a half.
Mm-hmm. Go on.
Now can we sub in the definite numbers?
Yep.
So you would sub in the pi over 2 and the first bracket, and then minus the sub in of pi over 4.
Yep.
And then that should give you the 2 plus pi all over 8.
Yep. And I would simplify a half times a half to be a quarter, just to make your life a bit easier. Yeah. All right. Any questions there? Is you putting it into the calculator worth it?
I don't think so.
I agree. Nor was doing that at all, but you insisted. All right. There we go. Okay. Why will they snake me? So sine squared x is the same as a half minus a half cos 2x. What is cos 2x the same as? Using the formula, it's 2 cos squared x minus 1. Make cos squared x the subject.
So cos 2x plus 1, and then cos squared x equals cos 2x plus 1 all over 2.
Yeah, which is the same as a half plus a half cos 2x instead of all over 2. You get me? If you half both sides, times both sides by a half.
Yeah.
So how would you do this question?
So we write it as a half plus a half cos 2x, and then we can integrate that to be a half x minus plus sine x plus a half sine 2x times a half.
Mm-hmm.
And then sub in the pi over 2 minus the sub in of pi over 6.
She's got it. And then you get your answer. And if it's correct, it should be that. Yeah. Grand. Any questions there?
No.
Grandest. So we did sine squared x, we did cos squared x. Show that that's the same as that, and then hence. So yeah, you would use something similar. Cos to the 4x is identical to that. So you could write it as cos squared x squared, I think. Go from there. And if you don't know how to do part A, you would just use it to do part B. So the integral of cos it to the 4x, you would just integrate this bit on the right and do it that way. That stuff.
A half.
It's tricky stuff. It's a mixture of integration and trig identities. And I used to do. Usually trig identities are the hardest thing. Here to actually mix something else.
Yeah, I think this is like the hardest topic.
Yay, love it. What are you doing for St. Patrick's Day?
Nothing.
Yeah, cheeked me. I need to buy some booze or something. What are we doing next time?
I'll text you.
All right. Any questions for me in general?
No.
Well done, Keelan. You did great. I look forward to talking to you again next week.
Thank you. Have a good week.
You too. Take care. Bye bye.